pretty awesome. Andrew, let's take caller number 3. Can we do that one? 3 for the Hobika free money question of the day. Your chance to win 1, 2, or $300 in cash. We'll spin the wheel and see if we can break that 100 trend and actually pull away with a winner here today. So let's see what happens. Huh?
We did have a 200 yesterday.
Yeah, we've not had a winner, though, in the last
we have not
several days. So let's see what happens. And Anna Snyder on her neighbor calling 911 because her girlfriend wouldn't buy him vodka. Here's the story, and this, of course, happened where all the great stories happen, in Florida. Not Mississippi, Christine. Florida. A guy in Florida named Jack Means ran out of vodka Monday night and asked his girlfriend to go get more. When she refused, he did what anybody would do. He called 911. But he didn't tell them the real reason. He told them it was because his neighbors were being so loud. Don't these people know that 911 records every call? I kind of think that in the middle of the call, he decided that telling the 911 people that my girlfriend won't buy me vodka might not be a good argument. So once you've made the call, you gotta report something. So it seems like he just made up a story. Yeah, our neighbors are loud. Very loud.
Was he inebriated?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, and it kind of sounded it there on the 911 call. Gary is in Rome. Good morning, Gary. Good morning. Hi, Gary.
Hello.
Okay, you ready to go? Let's win some money here.
All right.
This is Hobika's money. We love giving away Hobika's money. Spinning the wheel. Let's see what you're playing for here. Is it $1, $2, or $300?
$100.
Back to $100, but let's win it, Gary. Here is your question. Who killed boy wonder Jason Todd? Ready, go.
I have no idea.
Just take a guess. A foe.
No idea.
Anybody want to take just a stab at that?
Is this a superhero thing?
Who killed boy wonder?
Yeah.
Who killed boy wonder Jason Todd?
I was thinking some kind of Mary Todd Lincoln connection.
Boy wonder?
Hey,
that's what they called Abe Lincoln.
if he had lived, Abe Lincoln's son.
Something. Look at boy wonder go. Look at him go. That honest boy wonder. Boy wonder isn't Batman, right?
Yeah.
And so name a Batman character, a Batman foe. Just throw one out. Maybe
The
Penguin. It would be the Joker. Yeah, the Joker. So, if you knew that, you would have known that right away, but you didn't. Well, listen, we'll give you a $20 gift certificate to Carmela's. Sit tight. Andrew's going to hook you.
Thanks. Hey, Christina's going to be missed.
Thank you.
She is going to be missed. There's no doubt about it. Gary, thanks.
Thanks.
Sit tight. Andrew's going to hook you up. You know, the other question I was going to run with was the answer is 16. The question is, what is the maximum number of rodent hairs the FDA allows in a standard 16-ounce package of macaroni?
What?
The number is
disgusting.
16. Now, I don't think anybody would get that, so I didn't ask that question.
I don't think I'll ever get macaroni again.
Well, I'm going to examine mine. Because I got to tell you, when you do put it in the water,
I know exactly what you're going to say.
there's always a little something floating on the top.
There is always.
Oh, man.
Which is going to, whenever you cook rice, they say you should always wash the rice off, and then you cook the rice. I wonder if you should do the same with the pasta. Or make your own. But then again, you're using flour that probably allows so many rodent hairs to begin with.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 16 the FDA allows. Well, I guess you can't keep all of it out, right?
How do you come to that number? Were the pasta makers advocating for 30, and you were saying 5, and you met somewhere in the middle?
Yeah, it might be. That there might be some sort of a lobby there.
Do Food and Drug Administration workers actually eat, like, off-the-shelf food? Because
Right,
if
when
I
you
did, I would
know.
be so disgusted.
Yeah. I think you always know there's something going on, right? And
Right.
you just have to just put it out of your mind and realize, well, it's not going to hurt me.
It's additional
Yeah.
protein.
You have an update on the on that rape case out of Stanford, and you thought it was the victim's sister, but it turns out the victim's sister, or the
I thought it was the
rapist,
the defendant's sister, and in fact, it was the victim's sister, the younger sister, who was supposedly supposed to be at the party, because the victim also wrote this heart-wrenching letter.
Yeah.
Really not knowing she said what happened to her. She said she would go dance like a fool and embarrass my younger sister. On the way there, I joked that undergrad guys would have braces. My sister teased me for wearing a beige cardigan to a frat party like a librarian. She said she called herself Big Mama because she knew she'd be the oldest one there. So it just, we'll include a link to this.
And I want to read just a little piece of what the Turner, the 20-year-old, the rapist in this case, what he wrote to the judge. I'm getting noise from somebody. Okay. He obviously before sentencing was going to send a letter in hopes of leniency. The father did it for him, and he sent a letter to the judge as well. But there was not a single apology in the letter. It says, the thought of this is in my head every second of every day since this event has occurred. So it starts out, I think, pretty good. These ideas never leave my mind, he said. During the day, I shake uncontrollably from the amount of torment, the amount I torment myself by thinking about what has happened. I wish I had the ability to go back in time and never pick up a drink that night, let alone interact with the victim. I can barely hold a conversation with someone without having my mind drift into thinking these thoughts. They torture me. Again, almost as if blaming it on the fact that he had an encounter with the victim. Had that not happened, this wouldn't have happened. He wouldn't be going through this. He said, at this point in my life, I never want to have a drop of alcohol again. I never want to attend a social gathering that involves alcohol or any situation where people make decisions based on the substances they've consumed. I never want to experience being in a position where it will have a negative effect on impact on my life or someone else's ever again. He went on to talk about how he is missing out on the chance to swim in the Olympics. He's lost his scholarship, that his life has crumbled. Nowhere talking about what impact this might have had on the victim. Nowhere. And wouldn't you think that somebody had to help him write the letter? But where's the apology? There's not a single, I shouldn't have done this. Everything it was because of, it's the alcohol. I shouldn't have consumed the alcohol. But never once saying I shouldn't have raped her. I shouldn't have raped her. Doesn't come out of his mouth, but I wish I never had an encounter with her. Does. It's just it's almost the same type of letter that was sent by the father asking the judge for leniency.
He's the victim of alcohol.
Correct. He is as much of a victim as the victim in this case. Crazy. And he's going to probably spend maybe 3 years in jail, which his father says is
3 months.
Or 3 months in jail, which his father says is terrible. Just a terrible thing. He shouldn't even spend the 3 months in jail.
Is there a review for judges? For instance, could you file a complaint?
I don't know. There are people that are calling for him to be to step down or to be ousted. He is up for re-election, but nobody's running against him. So it's crazy. Also, a story out of the Syracuse Post-Standard here this morning that I thought was unbelievably interesting and telling. You know that high-speed internet you have, and every once in a while you're sitting there saying, I have high-speed internet. I have the turbo, lightning-fast turbo. And why is this crashing? Why is this sitting here? Why is it spinning? Well, according to the Attorney General's office, it's because you're not getting that fast internet that you've been told that you're getting from Time Warner Cable.
Up to.
We'll get into, up to are the very key words, and we'll get into that one coming up. Of course, you know you have Charter coming in, which is going to be calling itself something else. That's
Spectrum.
All. Spectrum, that's all coming up. New cable system on the way. All right, Sheriff Rob Mashel coming up in 2 minutes on WIBX.